My other room has LED. Does your house have LED? Is that what you have in there? It's like white light versus yellow light.
I have a ring light shining on me. Have you ever seen those? Ring lights?
No, but you were telling me that it's a game changer.
It's just like
is it?
Circle that you can change like the intensity of it, and you put it right behind your computer so it brightens you up.
We were trying to do that, but it made me shiny, and it's not a ring light either. So is that Maria? Hi, Maria.
Looks like my client Linda.
Oh.
Like Linda.
Where's all my stuff here? I'm gonna get all the stuff out of here.
She looks frozen.
Maria,
Oh, awesome.
you do. Yep, that's Maria. Maria, hi. Can you hear us? Can't hear you. You look frozen.
It's my mommy.
Oh, I know that woman. Another Kathy in the house.
Kathy. Hi, Tan Mom. Tan Mom.
Where was Tan Mom to get a tan?
She's still in Florida. She's in Clearwater Beach. No, you're at where are you again? You can unmute. Saint Augustine area. St.
Petersburg.
St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
How was your day?
Day. Took a lot of walks.
Nice.
My video not showing up.
Very relaxing.
Good. Happy to see you.
You too.
Maria, you're just so you know, you're frozen. I don't know if you can hear us, but you're frozen and we cannot hear you, I don't think.
I can hear you.
Oh, I can hear you. Okay, we can hear you, but you're frozen. Sometimes, yeah, you know what? You might want to just take your video off in that case. That happened to me at work today while I was having a Zoom meeting. I had to shut my video off because it did something weird to my computer.
Okay.
That might help you.
All right.
But,
Angie.
hello, Angie.
Hi, ladies.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. Good to see you guys.
You too.
Excited to be here.
Likewise. Do we wait
Yes.
a few minutes or what do you think?
Yeah, I have someone that just pulled in the driveway. I have two live people here. This is Kathy. Maria,
Hi.
Maria, you
Hi,
recognize this girl?
Hi, Kath.
How's it
going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
And then I have another friend that just walked in. We're on our Zoom hunt. Just come in and make yourself at home.
Hey, you.
My friend, another friend, Amy.
What's going on? Take off my shoes.
Nice.
And then let me see. Two other people are not going to be able to make it. So I'm good on my end whenever you're ready, Jen. You guys, I have kombucha. Who has cocktails? I've got a kombucha. Did anyone actually bring a cocktail?
I got the.
What do you got, Kathy?
Around.
Water?
Love it.
Maria, what do you have?
I have water and I have wine.
Oh, nice. You're inspiration. What are we all thinking? We all need a glass of wine.
Seriously.
And this is my other friend, Amy, who just walked in.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Amy just got her products. Kathy just got her products, actually, but they're here to listen more about all the goodies.
Oh, awesome.
I got the mini set. So I'll show you.
I'm gonna be like, shh, no talking.
You're gonna let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, okay.
Kombucha.
Maria, what kind of wine are you drinking?
This is a Bogle, just
Oh.
house bred. Yeah.
Oh, Bogle's good. I haven't had that in a long time, but I used to love it.
My favorite though is Josh Cab.
Oh, we'll have to have some wine together someday.
Okay.
I tried 1858. Jen, you've tried the 1858. That's my new favorite. It's just like so smooth.
So I guess, should we get started or should we wait?
Yeah, let's get started. Nice little intimate crew here today. This is wonderful.
Behind you. They listening?
Yeah, yep, they're just right here. listening in. Actually, you know what I should do? I'm gonna do this. There we go, so that you can see them. They
Okay.
can see it. This is my camera right there.
Oh, okay.
So
Hi, Nikki. This is Nikki. I think she's on mute. How are you? Thanks for joining.
is that right like that?
I think so, yeah.
Haha.
We're just waiting a couple more seconds.
What is that? It's kombucha.
How are you?
Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
Chocolate.
Perfect.
What is that? It's fermented tea.
Non-alcoholic?
No.
No.
You're welcome to
Just like forget
Whatever you want.
Thank you.
Sounds like Trish. All right, so I will get started. Maybe some people will trickle in as we get going here, but just to get the party started. Thank you guys for showing. I recognize this is actually my mom, Kathy, basking in her glory.
Yay.
Nikki, she recently bought some products. She's here to probably learn a little bit more about the products and our mission. But I just met a couple of you, Trisha's friends, at her house, but I'm Jen Zuba, and I am accompanied. You guys know Trish, my best friend and a fellow fitness pro, and Angie, a holistic health coach who's actually my BeautyCounter mentor and who's taught me so much about the clean products, the safer products, and kind of lit the fire under me to share it more with all of you. So I just want to thank you guys for coming, and just your being here shows that you share the same value that I do and the rest of us do, as far as wanting to prioritize our wellness. Hey, Molly. This is Molly. She's just popping on. So if you're sitting here listening and you were intrigued and took up the invitation to listen to our ladies' night, it's obvious that you share the same value of your health and wellness and wanting to do everything that you can to sustain feeling great, looking great, moving great for the rest of your life. So I kind of wanted to intro this ladies' night and give you a little backstory about my history, and why I was so attracted and intrigued by BeautyCounter and how it's kind of changed my approach to my personal wellness in a grander way than I ever thought was necessary, right? So I've been in the health and fitness field as a coach for about 20 years. And within those 20 years, about half the time, I've been coaching a program called a lifestyle program. And the both of you have actually taken part of it, I think. I don't know if Nikki has, but my mom has and Molly has. You ladies haven't, but you probably know about it since we're friends. And the lifestyle program really focuses on women and men advocating for their own health, learning the lifestyle behaviors and habits that make the grandest impact in our overall well-being, so that we can create a lifestyle that's intuitive and that we own, that we don't have to outsource to doctors or anybody else, that we're in control of, and that we know will help us feel and look our best for our long life, for the many years we have to live. And for the past 10 years of coaching this program, I've primarily focused on the mindset behind it, healthy eating, and movement. It wasn't until I approached my 40s that I realized there was anything more to it. And this is where I kind of go into a little TMI, but we're all ladies. And I'm sure you'll love it because we all share the same experiences. So as I reached my 40s, I started to get some symptoms that really diminished my well-being. I was feeling a lot of pain in my lower abdomen. I had swelling down my legs, crazy PMS moods. What else? I would bloat up 5 to 10 pounds during some times in my cycles. And for me, that was catastrophic. Somebody that's a leader in the fitness industry, that's a trainer, that's a coach, I would hide it, but I would feel insecure during those times because my hormones were out of control and I didn't feel my best. Of course, I went to the doctor to check things out. I had no idea what was going on. took an ultrasound and I was riddled with fibroids and cysts. And this started about 3.5 years ago. Of course, they want to put you on medication. They want to give you an early hysterectomy or surgeries, whatever. Nothing I was interested in. So I took it in my own hands to do more research about what I can do with my nutrition, figure out what this was stemming from, and try to implement lifestyle changes like I preach to hopefully make the fibroids dissipate so I didn't feel these symptoms and the lack of confidence and everything else that was going along with it. Lo and behold, what I found out that the biggest impact on our hormone disruption, one of the biggest for women, are the products that we use on our skin. And being a girly girl, I've been using, my mom can attest to this. When I was like 12, 13, 14 years old, I've always wanted to dress up, use products on my skin, make myself up into a character or just feel better because it was just part of my persona. I didn't know what I was doing. So fast forward, I'm 43. I started doing that maybe when I was 13, 14 years old. Every friggin' day of my life, put stuff on my skin. Skincare, makeup, lip gloss, all that lip gloss I've probably eaten over the years, right? So what I found out through my research is that 60% of what we put on our skin is absorbed right through. And that the biggest impact of hormone disruption and estrogen dominance is the cosmetics we use. It has such a huge impact on our hormones. So endocrine disruption is when your hormones are thrown off balance. Usually your estrogen rises and your progesterone lowers. And this gives that imbalance in your body and the symptoms arise from that. So fast forward, changed my diet just a bit, added some supplementation, and changed out my whole skincare line. I had a friend approach me about BeautyCounter. Ironically, it was at the same time I was going through this and trying to figure out what was going on. And I can say, who knows what it was? I'd like to say it was 100% the products, but something completely tweaked. I've gone, the biggest span of time I've gone, which is probably 2.5 months of no symptoms. I'm saying I was dealing with symptoms month after month after month for about 3.5 years. It's been a couple months, no symptoms. So I've been super encouraged and wanting to spread this message to my clients who I have their best interest at heart and want them to be empowered with the knowledge that I've learned throughout these years to make sure that they have their toolbox of habits that they can implement every single day, which will start to make compounded impacts on their well-being long-term. So things like foods, things like supplements, things like beauty products, those are things that we can make small changes with on the daily. It's not one insurmountable event that's going to make your health optimal. It's those little things on a daily basis. It's the toolbox we have at our disposal that we can tap into and implement daily to make sure that we're feeling our best in the long term. So really loving the impact of the products on my health, which I'm linking right to my health. The products have also given me the best skin that I've felt good in a long time. Smooth, clear, tight, glowy. I love the feeling of the products on my skin. And at about the same time, which is also ironic, but is it really? I mean, things are meant for a reason. Angie, this beautiful holistic health coach, approached me about the company, and her energy was contagious. The mission of the company that she shared with me was something I could get behind, a mission of wanting better for us as women with the healthcare, with the products that we have to choose from, so that we don't have to deal with hormone disruption or other issues as we age. So that really intrigued me about the company. So that's my personal story with BeautyCounter and why I'm so impassioned to share it with all of you and teach you that you can use this tool as well to promote your well-being and promote your health long-term. So I'm going to pass to Trish, who wants to share her personal story about why she's teamed up with BeautyCounter and what it means to her. So I'll let her take it. My lady.
Thank you, Jen. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Thank you. That was a great overview, and you are a poster child and such an inspiration. And this, have to say, I do Zooms every day, and this is like the funnest Zoom already that I've been on ever. So this is great. Thanks everyone for joining us. I don't really have anything canned, and I won't take much time, but basically how I learned about BeautyCounter is I was using, you guys have all probably heard of the line NARS, and I have nothing necessarily against them other than they're toxic, but I loved that line for a long time, and I just started to not like the way foundation sat on my skin anymore. So I was looking for a foundation, and simultaneously Jen had just started this business, and I'm like, well, okay, I definitely want to support my friend's business. So yeah, sure, I'll buy a foundation. Let me go on the website and look. It actually took me a few weeks. Finally, the more I learned about the products and the advocacy of clean beauty and what it actually really means, it opened up a whole new world for me. And I didn't just buy a foundation, I bought more stuff, and I said, I really want to help advocate and educate. And I keep saying to people is that I'm not going to be shy about talking about it, or at least mentioning it at least one time to anybody, because it's not about it just like being a business and trying to, you know, make a few extra dollars on the side. It really is about educating people. And if Jen had been shy about sharing it with me, she would have been doing me a disservice, and I would be still looking for a foundation probably. But I ended up buying a couple of the skincare lines, and I have never been happier. I tend to have to wash my face a few times during the day because of my schedule. I'll work out in the morning, and then I have some Zoom calls, and then I might work out in the afternoon, and I have to wash my face again, and then at night. So what I have found is that the products are not harsh. Your skin isn't stinging from the products because of all the toxins. I don't want to take the thunder away from Angie, but she's going to go over a lot of the statistics. But the other thing I just want to share is that about a year and a half ago, I had an outbreak of cystic acne. So I don't know if anyone knows what that is, but it's like severe acne. And it lasted for about 8 months. I was starting a new job at the time, and I felt bad for people to look at me. I looked like a gourd, and I would have spent anything to try to make my skin look better and feel better. I was like so insecure, and I kept saying, I don't mean to sound vain or anything, but at first I had a lot of humor about it, but when it wasn't going away for a while, I started to get a little bit discouraged, and eventually I got to the bottom of it. And I have found out what we put on our skin does get absorbed. What we eat matters, what we breathe matters, but this is the part about what we put on our skin. Like Jen said, 60% of what we put on our skin does get absorbed. Again, Angie's going to share some of this, but it can cross your blood-brain barrier, it gets in your bloodstream, it wreaks havoc on your liver, and a perfect storm can be created, and all kinds of disruptions can happen, especially hormonal disruption, microbiome disruption, which is connected to everything. But the one thing that I really, really love about the product is I'm not just excited about not putting all these toxins in my body, but they actually work. I've tried some other natural products, some other toxic-free products, and I didn't find that they really did anything for me. I felt like my skin started to look really dry, or I just felt like I needed some kind of hydration no matter how much water I was drinking, and it just did not perform. This stuff, I tell you, you can find out for yourself, the samples and whatnot, but it is high performing. So I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to take any more time away from all the great important stuff, but Angie, the floor is yours.
That was amazing. Thank you. Hi, ladies. My name is Angie Bloom. As Jen mentioned, I'm a holistic health and wellness coach. I work with men and women all over the entire world, balancing hormones, autoimmune conditions, and I myself hit rock bottom about 5 years ago in my own health with being diagnosed with SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, then diagnosed with Lyme disease, and my Epstein-Barr had reactivated, and then my thyroid tanked. And the last part of the piece of the puzzle was really understanding, after I had treated all of those chronic infections, that I still wasn't feeling well. And it came down to the heavy metals within my body. And I wasn't someone who grew up in an old home with lead paint or anything like that. So what it came down to after doing the heavy metals test is that the last piece of the puzzle was really working with a chronic level of mercury and lead in my bloodstream. And the only way that I could figure out that I had this come into my skin is that it was from my personal care products. And I was an athlete growing up, so I didn't do a ton of makeup, but I did enough for it to affect my system. The great news is that through that journey of mine, I landed on a company called BeautyCounter, and it wasn't very well known yet. I was doing a lot of research with clean beauty companies, and what I found to be true is that, you know, it was perfectly okay for larger companies to use loopholes like fragrance or the word even organic and sneak ingredients in, even though as a consumer, I was under the understanding if I was going to CVS or buying a product online that it was safer for me, that it was not going to have a toxic ingredient. And this is what we call in the beauty industry greenwashing. I'm curious if any of you guys know, and you can go ahead and take yourself off mute, but does anyone here know how many ingredients in the United States have been banned in personal care products so far to date? Just take a guess. You can even put it into the chat if you'd like to.
I'm from Scotland, and it's the UK is so different. There's so many products over here that aren't allowed in the European Union.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. And the European Union is something that we as a company with BeautyCounter really sought after, following similar laws that they do in the UK, because there's much more regulation overseas. There's quite frankly not hardly anything in the United States. To date, since 1938, since World War II, we have not passed a federal law in the personal care industry. So since 1938, we have 30 ingredients to date banned, and we have over 80,000 chemicals in the market today. So there's 30 banned, and there's 80,000 that are used in our products to date. So many don't, and many of those ingredients through the 80,000 do not have safety data, and it's particularly true of those used in the personal care industry. So over the past 2 decades, what we've really strived to do, BeautyCounter was founded 8 years ago. We just had our birthday on March 4th, and we are known as the leader in clean. And why that is because we have the highest safety standards. We follow those of the European Union. However, the European Union right now does have a ban of 1,400 to 1,500 ingredients that are banned in their products, just regulated by the government, or they don't have an FDA, but that's the UK, that's how they ban. And when we're looking at BeautyCounter, we're up to 1,800 ingredients that we are excluding out of all of our formulations. So when we're looking at that, we're looking at our skin being our largest organ, right? So when you think about what you do put on your skin, an average woman does apply 12 products per day. Now, if you took every single one of those products, flipped them over, and started counting the ingredients, it would be hundreds, if not thousands, by the end of the day. So with BeautyCounter, what we wanted to do is we want to get safer products into the hands of everyone. But we also recognize that as a brand, we're not highly priced, but sometimes we're priced above what people want to spend. And with the advocating that we do, we are one of the only companies right now advocating in Washington, going to Washington and advocating on the floor for safer beauty laws. So within our company alone, as I mentioned, we exclude over 1,800 questionable or harmful chemicals throughout our throughout our products in general. There's also something that we also are recognized by, which is called the Environmental Working Group. The Environmental Working Group is an app that you can download on your phone. This is for your knowledge and for your safety, because honestly, if you have children or if you have kids or even friends that have had breast cancer, or friends that don't really know where the cancer shows up from, or women with unexplained autoimmune conditions, they're not quite sure where it's coming from, disrupted hormones like Jen was mentioning when she started cleaning up her products. We're talking about thousands of ingredients that Jen pulled off of her body, which day after day after day make a huge impact if you continue to calculate that every single day what the liver has to do to detoxify your body. So within the Environmental Working Group, there is an app that you can download if you're curious about the products that you're using right now. It's an app that you download. You scan the barcode on your product, and it will give you a number from 1 to 10. 1 being the safest and the cleanest. Typically 3 and lower is like the safe area, the good area that you want to be in. Anything above a 3, you're looking at hormone disruption, you're looking at cancer, potentially cancer-causing ingredients. And could Jen or Trisha want to link the app in there? It's just www.ewg.org/skin deep. And when you scan your products, you will see they will either be listed in the database, and if they're not, just be wary of that. Be wondering why. You'll see. I've had a lot of clients come in. They're using, whether it's Clinique or it's Dove or it's Jergens lotion, or Cetaphil is a really popular one, especially for women with sensitive skin, and those are ranking a level 7 to 9 for toxicity ratings. So it's just the more knowledge that you have, the more informed decisions that you can make for your overall health. When we're looking at a clean swap, my top clean swaps that you want to potentially step into to start just swapping, you don't have to swap everything at once, but look at your mascara, because typically mascara we wear every single day, and there's typically formaldehyde in there. Now, under the name formaldehyde, you're not going to see formaldehyde in the actual ingredients because there are 9 other names it's hidden under. So if you don't know what name to look for that formaldehyde is hidden under, you will not know you're eating it or putting it on your face. The next thing is something like shampoo. You want to look at the shampoo, something you're using every single day. The shampoo runs down your body, your organs are absorbing it. Face cream, eye cream, face masks, lipstick. I'm a stickler with lipstick just because when we put it on our lips, we're basically eating it. I know there's a meme out there or something that a woman eats like 9 pounds of lipstick a year. I don't know if that's true, but I know when I put on my lip gloss, I want it clean and I don't want an aftertaste to my lipstick. The other thing to look at is body lotion. The thing that's really amazing about BeautyCounter is Greg Renfrew, who is our founder. We are a B Corp. We're Leaping Bunny certified. We have a various amount of vegan products. There's only a few products that are not vegan. We're looking at how we impact the environment. With our skincare lines, we have 3 distinct skincare lines that are incredible. We have one that is called Counter Time. It is our most advanced anti-aging regimen that we have. It typically comes in a 4-step process. And what BeautyCounter did in the last 2 years is we wanted to make an impact on the environment as well. All of our bottles are in glass, which are completely recyclable, and they're beautiful. They look beautiful on your vanity. The Counter Time line, which is this one that I'm holding here, is for women that you have heard using retinol. Retinol is one of the most toxic ingredients that you could possibly use on your body. There's also a warning label not to use when you're pregnant because it has potential to cause birth defects. I don't know about you, but I don't want that on my body with potential birth defects. So we really wanted to develop a line that came out about a year ago that is a Retin Natural line where we're using rosehip oil and bakuchiol. It's a 4-step process. It's great for sensitive skin. If you're age 30 plus, it's a great hydrating line. As we age, our skin gets drier, we lose the collagen, and a lot of times that cystic acne will come from the skin being too dry, a lot. I've had a lot of clients that have come into my practice that I have pulled off of retinol, and I've put them on the Counter Timeline or some mix of something, and we've taken before and afters, and if their skin looks the same, if not better, without all of the harmful ingredients. The next thing about the other line that we do carry is a Counter Match line, which is really, really incredible. It is a really fantastic line for someone who has ultra sensitive skin. It comes in these beautiful white bottles here. This is a 4-step regimen. And this has some of the ingredients in here is some salicylic acid. And also, this is a line that adapts to your skin. So let's say that your skin has a lot of moisture or it is dry. This line adapts without giving too much moisture or not giving enough. So this is a really great line if you have a daughter that maybe is, you know, in her early 20s and she's not quite ready for the, you know, counter time for that much of an anti-aging regimen, but she wants some hyaluronic acid, a little bit of moisturizing, and something that's not gonna give her too much or not enough. It's a really beautiful line for someone with ultra sensitive skin. The next line that we have is something that we call counter control. I'm sure you guys have heard of Proactive. This is a safer line. We pull all of our salicylic acid from a fig tree. So it's I don't want to say it is natural, but it's not natural in the form of greenwashing natural, where we pull one ingredient and we call it natural. It's all there for you in the clean ingredients. The counter control line is incredible. We use natural jojoba beads, and a lot of citrus is going to be formulated within our products. Our products are highly performing. A little bit goes a long way. I think I've had this cleansing oil for 9 months so far. So you do make an investment, but the products last for quite a long time. The shelf life, once you open them, is typically 12 months. However, I've had a lot of products that have lasted longer than that. The next thing, just a little bit of homework for you guys, is when you're looking at your products, look for the word fragrance. And the word fragrance is a huge loophole for the beauty industry to hide thousands and thousands of ingredients just under that one name. I have clients that come into my practice that once I remove fragrance from their overall regimens and just stuff in their life, like even laundry detergent, and we switch them to wool dryer balls, they start, you know, getting their energy back, or they start having a little bit less brain fog, and it's all connected. All of this is connected. Going back a little bit to my story, I suffered, I still do to some degree suffer from tinnitus. It was raging when I was using conventional shampoo and conditioner, which we have with BeautyCounter, and my skin and scalp was reacting to the sulfites in the shampoos and other parabens and so forth. Once I went to a more natural shampoo, my hair started growing back miraculously, and also the ringing in my ears started to lessen, which was a huge sign for me that I was on the right path, especially with this company. I'm curious for you guys, just when you do, like, who here is using a skincare regimen? Who here makes the time to take care of their skin? I'm curious, like, kind of where we're at, like what you guys are currently doing. Anyone want to unmute?
It's okay.
You can get a consultation right here and now from Angie. She'll tell you what you need. If there's any concerns that anybody has or priorities for their skincare.
Yeah, I mean, if you've experienced, like, I know that when you look at the safety of ingredients, it's really good to look at where the ingredients are sourced. You'll find on the BeautyCounter website that you can go to any product. You can look up any product with there's complete transparency. You can also see where the ingredients have been sourced. You can also look up on BeautyCounter's website and also EWG, and you'll see that we are one of the only companies that have been verified with the EWG, that we have a consistent rating below a level 3. So when you're looking at purchasing products, it's really amazing, because what BeautyCounter does is it takes the guesswork out for you. We do the work for you for the safety of your health. So I think it's really, like, if you're using a certain skincare regimen, It's really looking to what it is that you can either switch to or slowly start to bring in safer products. If you're not comfortable doing, you know, everything at once, just start somewhere. Start with something that you use every single day, and then over time, just make one swap as things run out. Or I have some clients that come in and they say, I just want to get rid of all of it. I just want to do a complete overhaul. Then I have other clients that are very conscious with the amount of money that they're spending, and they say, once this runs out, I'm switching my laundry detergent. Once this runs out, I'm switching my face cream. Once this runs out, I'm going to switch my body lotion. And it's just switching slowly, so they're not all running out at once, but that you're taking an active interest in what you are putting on the largest organ of your skin, and which will ultimately help with hormones, especially as we age, which is so important. I'm curious if you guys just statistically know, like as far as cancer diagnosis and so forth, like this was shocking to me when I learned this, that 1 in 2 men, it's not just women. When we're looking at men, we're looking at even sperm counts for men. They're going down dramatically and drastically. There's more infertility. I work with that within my coaching practice, and it's quite mind-boggling to me at times, the amount of chemicals that I see in certain people's lives. And also, like, once we do start switching it out, how the body just kind of turns back on and says, oh, I know what I need to do, because I'm not fighting all this stuff off. Like, you're taking it off of me, and now I can come back and do what I remember innately what I'm supposed to do. So it's like this beautiful spiritual experience, yet at the same time, you know, you're taking an active interest in your health as well. So 1 in 2 women or 1 in 2 men are diagnosed with cancer, where it's 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed in their lifetime, which is, you know, a big number. Sometimes we take our men and we don't really think about that, but I know I myself, as a mom with 3 boys in my home, that just switching out their deodorant or switching out their face wash as opposed to Proactive, which they used to be on years ago, now they're using the Counter Control Clear Pore Cleanser, so which is under a level 3. So I feel good about that. And then just really looking at, you know, what it is that you are drawn to, as far as, like, if you do have fine lines, if you are struggling with acne, if you are concerned about super sensitive skin, if you're more of a minimalist, I'm never going to do a 4-step regimen. Start small and build up, or just start small. Start with just a face wash and a lotion. Just start with these 2, and imagine the amount of ingredients that you're pulling off of your skin every single day. Again, it's accumulative over time. Autoimmune diseases don't just happen overnight. It's the accumulation from the environment that we don't have control over, but also what we put on our skin and our body. Would you guys like me to go through more of the regimens?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe also just the night peel. I know that's, like, to me, I consider it like liquid gold, but
Yeah, the overnight peel, we have some hero products that are in our line. We have something that is called the Band of Beauty as well, we have a charcoal mask. Let's see if I have it here. Does anyone have the peel here? I thought I grabbed it, but I don't think I do.
I do.
Okay, you want to hold it? Yeah. So the overnight resurfacing peel is otherwise known as facial in bottle. And what the overnight peel does is it literally resurfaces your skin at night. So if you're suffering from acne scarring, if you're suffering from acne, if you're suffering or experiencing age spots, or if you have larger pores, this is a miracle product for your face. It has completely transformed my skin. I used to have a lot of dark patches on the side of my face when I was really sick going through SIBO. I had a lot of cystic acne, and I took before and afters before starting it, and I can't believe I used to have a huge sunspot up here from sun damage, and I can barely see it. I've had no other work done on that area. So I know that it is working. There's AHA, BHAs, and salicylic acid in there to just help resurface the skin. It peels, it doesn't peel your skin, but it resurfaces the skin where thousands of dead skin cells are just like, I don't want to say stripped because it's not stripping. It's gentle, but it's effective, and your skin is just regenerating while you sleep. So the Band of Beauty, I'll go over that real quickly, and then I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the regimens. We have something at BeautyCounter that is called the Band of Beauty. This is a loyalty program for all of our amazing customers and clean beauty advocates. This is something where it is a $29 loyalty program fee, but you get the overnight resurfacing peel and the beloved charcoal mask that I swear by. I absolutely love. If you have any mask me or kids with mask me, this is great right now to treat and just pull out all the gunk on your face. So you receive the overnight peel and the charcoal mask for free, which is an incredible value. It's valued at $45. And you also receive free shipping over $100. And then for every single purchase that you make, you also receive 10% product credit back into your account. So that helps with you continuing to swap out products if you choose, or for refills when you are ready. So that's a program that is available to you if you were interested in getting these two products for free. Let me come back to counter time just for a moment. I'm going to do a brief overview of the lines and what they are. So I mentioned that the counter time line is here. It's the beautiful pink bottles. This is our Retin Natural line. This is what replaced retinol out on the conventional market for us. And this is our most advanced anti-aging line. It has a massive amount of hydration, and it's great also for sensitive skin. I've had a lot of women come into my practice with ultra sensitive skin, but have been really, they've been able to tolerate this really quite well. This is a really hydrating line. So I always recommend to get that overnight resurfacing peel to resurface the skin so we can regenerate new cell growth, produce the collagen, and continue to keep your skin looking really bright and enlightened and tighter and more smoother. The first step in this line is the cleansing oil, and this is really a Japanese inspired cleanser here. It's an oil. It smells almost like geraniums a little bit. There is geraniol in this, which is an essential oil. It's beautiful. It smells so good, but if you've never cleansed with an oil before, I highly recommend it because it is so hydrating for your skin, and it's just baby soft once you're finished. Typically in a regimen, you have 4 steps. So you have the cleanser, and then you have the toner, which would be this here, this step. This is step 2. And then you typically have a treat step. And the treat step means that this is the most potent in your regimen as far as targeting the fine lines, or if you also are looking for, you know, well, basically for the fine lines and also for the lightening and brightening, because this line really lightens and brightens. I know someone mentioned about oily skin, and sometimes for oily skin, that was Nikki, okay. So oily skin with the counter time line, I have had, do you break out at all, Nikki?
I don't so much have like really oily skin, but I noticed it's seemingly my age, my hormones, but I get really like shiny across my forehead lately, especially if I'm wearing makeup.
Okay, yeah. So I've had women with, because sometimes with oil, it's interesting, like to combat oil, a lot of times the estheticians on my team, we combat it with oil. If it makes sense. It sounds crazy, but the thing that is great about BeautyCounter is if you do try a line, there's a 60-day return policy. Everything's free. But as your consultant or Jen or Trisha, they would want to make sure that you were happy with whatever you were going to try. So let's say you tried the cleansing oil and you were just, you know, you didn't love it, or maybe you do fall in love with it. It does work for oily skin. I actually wonder if it's more along like just the way the makeup, it might be sitting on top of your skin and not allowing the oil to, or like your skin to breathe. So therefore it's producing more oil. The thing that's great about our line, especially with the foundation, is we have hyaluronic acid in the foundation, meaning it's like a hydrating foundation. So the foundation is actually acting like skincare at the same time, and it's being not absorbed into your skin because it beautifully layers on your skin, but it's not sitting on top like some foundations do, where the skin can't breathe and the skin produces oil to like figure out like what is going on. So the other thing too, Nikki, is to look into, if you did notice a lot of shine at the end of the day, we have something that is called, I have it right over here, but it's a mattifying powder. And a mattifying powder is something that you could set on your face prior to applying the foundation. Then you put the foundation on and you could just dab a little bit more on your forehead, and that will, I want to say like draw the oil so that it doesn't look shiny by the end of the day. Does that make sense? I do think though that if you are looking for the most, advanced line as far as anti-aging or fine lines, Counter Time would be great. However, I have had some women that, they're like, I don't know if I can get used to a cleansing oil. And then I just have them try the Counter Match foaming cleanser, and we kind of piece it together, if you will. They still use the Radiant Serum from the Counter Time line. I know I left off on the treat step, which is the treat step within the regimen is the most potent step within your regimen. It has the most active ingredients to give you the most change for your skin. So you will cleanse. The toner, when you put it on, you want to pat it on. And when you pat it on, that acts as the glue on your skin to prep your skin to take the active, so that the active can do what it's meant to do. So a lot of people will skip the toner step, but the toner is ultra important because it's like prepping the canvas for the paint. And then once it's prepped, it's able to take the ingredients and assimilate it into the skin and do what it needs to do. And then within our regimens, you're always going to have an AM cream and then a PM cream. And then all of our regimens have an option to buy a set or a collection. If you buy a collection, that means it's including the eye makeup, or the eye cream. That's what I want to say.
I've just
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Counter Match that I was speaking to earlier, and this is a really great line for, if you were concerned about oil, you could start with the Counter Match line, see how you do. If you want to get a little bit more aggressive with the anti-aging and the fine lines, this has a ton of hyaluronic acid in it. So it's going to plump your skin. It's going to give you like that hydration that you're looking for, but without like, I want to say, that oily feel. Because HA, really what it does is once it's absorbed into the skin, it just kind of plumps it to make the fine lines look a little bit more smoother and adds that moisture back in so the skin can do what it needs to do, which is regenerate. So the Counter Match line is great for that. Again, this is a 4-step regimen. So you have a foaming cleanser, you have a toner, you have an intense hydrating radiant or serum that you would put on for the treat step. And then you also have an AM cream and then a PM cream, and then also an eye cream if you were to look at the collection. We have something, Molly, was it you that typed in that you were using for your face? What is it again?
Yes, I was using CeraVe, the facial cleanser, like at night, and then I put on the Epiduo Forte.
Okay.
Which my dermatologist recommended, and then in the morning I do the clindamycin and the CeraVe moisturizer, which has worked, but it also makes my face burn really bad. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's due to the ingredients in the products with, And it's interesting enough that a lot of the clients that I have worked with that have sensitive skin or acne and so forth, that once we pull the chemicals off of their skin and allow the skin to do what it needs to do, but just support it with some cleaner products, the skin becomes so much happier. If you look at CeraVe on EWG, I think you'll be surprised. But there is a healthier swap too. That's the good news.
That's great news.
Yeah. Your mom uses BeautyCounter too, so I know you could probably try. I think she ended up with the Counter Start Cocoa Cream Cleanser. So this is a, she what?
She told me how she highly recommends it.
Yeah.
I think I'm just so hesitant because I'm so sensitive. Like my skin is so sensitive. So.
Yeah. But keep in mind, I always tell this to my clients when they're coming in and they're super just on high alert, because I was sensitive. I broke out from everything. I mean, I remember literally booking a trip to Mexico one year because I had to dry my face out because of the amount of acne I had on my face. My husband was like, what? We're going where? And I'm like, well, we need a trip away anyways, but I need to dry my acne out. And he's just like, what? But that was when I was using all the chemicals and not knowing what I was putting on my skin. So these two are really great price points to start too. These are great for sensitive skin. I typically have teenagers or women in their 20s will use this. There's not a ton of, I want to say, anti-aging work in here, but this is a super gentle cleanser and this is a super gentle moisturizer. So you could start with something like this and, you know, slowly build your confidence up. But I do think, Molly, that you would do really, really well with the Counter Match line.
Agree.
With the overnight resurfacing peel in there is what I would recommend for her. Yeah.
Okay.
Angie,
That's great.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, for the resurfacing night peel, where does that fit in the steps? Whichever, whether you're using Counter Match or using Counter Time, would it be in lieu of whatever that treat step is, or before or after?
It's in lieu of the treat step. So the overnight resurfacing peel is a treat step. So if you were doing the overnight peel at night, and this is where your consultant would help you, like I send directions to all of my clients, like specifically what I want them to do, because it can be overwhelming. But what you would do if you got Counter Match, you would pull out the serum in lieu of the overnight resurfacing peel. And the overnight peel is used every other night. Not every night, because it can be drying. I use it every night. My skin is fine, but every other night is typically what we recommend. And then if you brought in the charcoal mask a few times during the week, that's just, it's your skin will be so happy, because we want to pull it out and regenerate the skin so that when we put the actual skincare on our skin, it can do what we want it to do. But yes, for Counter Match line, yes, Molly, and also the Counter Start, the Cocoa Cream Cleanser. But I actually think either would be great. But I love Counter Match. That's the line that I started with, and I have uber sensitive skin. I break out and burn from everything. So you will feel with the overnight resurfacing peel, ladies, if you do the Banded Beauty or choose to purchase that, you will feel some tingling upon application because of the AHA and the BHAs in there. And if you're nervous, always do a spot test. If you buy a regimen, bring in one product every 2 to 3 days so that we know your skin is like your gut. So if your skin gets a product on it that it does not like, it's going to react to it. Similar to if we eat gluten or if we eat something else, you will either bloat or your body will do something in response to it because it's not liking it. So the same thing is what will happen with the skin. I wanted to show one other hero product. This is a hero product. This is called the All Bright Serum, and this is really coined as sunshine in a bottle. This is really incredible for lightening and brightening during the day. It helps protect from environmental factors during the day. And it's really a great addition to any regimen. Again, if you were starting with your cleanser, your toner, you would either marry this with the serum, or you could alternate the All Bright and then bring the serum in the next day. It really is up to you and your choice of how much product you want to use during that day. I think I'll close out with the Flaw in 5 and show that really quickly because we do have makeup. This is a great option to start to switch out your makeup. There are 6 products and they're valued at $180, but they combine them together for a price of $150. So this is where you would choose our Skin Twin Foundation, which is here. This has 9 times hyaluronic acid in it. So this is makeup, but also skincare in a bottle. This is really incredible foundation. I have not used a better foundation. So you have a choice between this foundation or this is Dew Skin, which is a tinted moisturizer. When I say tinted moisturizer, I mean this. I would not recommend using this in lieu of your regular moisturizer. I just don't think it's moisturizing enough, but it's light enough to layer on top of your moisturizer. And there's also an SPF of 20 in here. This Dew Skin is dewy, so it makes your skin look really dewy, beautiful, maybe a little bit of, I don't want to say shine, but it just gives that the really pretty dewy appearance when you see someone in like the magazines and they look really dewy. This is this right here.
That's what I work when I'm training. That's what my basic for teaching and training.
Is the Dew Skin?
Skin hasn't caused any clogging issues when I sweat.
Yeah.
It's very clean and light.
Yeah, yeah.
Down my face. So it's been an asset.
Yeah.
I like that. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to come back to the sunscreen question in 1 second, Molly. Okay, so you have the choice between Dew Skin or foundation, and then you have the choice between an eyebrow pencil or also a, it's like a little mascara brush. This is what I have on my eyebrows tonight, but this is a eyebrow gel. So you paint
I don't have it, but I
on your eyebrows, and it is, I cannot live without it because I will never pencil my eyebrows in again because it's so easy to just use the gel. And then you also have a choice of the blush, mascara, which is volumizing or lengthening, and then also our amazing lip glosses. And we have a million colors. My favorite colors right now are Peony, Dahlia, Magnolia Shimmer, Bare Shimmer. It's all really, really amazing to just be able to take your makeup and like swap out 6 products under 150 bucks. So that's a really great way to just switch everything out. As far as, did Molly's answer did she get an answer as far as the sunblock?
I told her I have some samples I can offer her if she wants to show them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And just so with BeautyCounter, we use something that's called a non-nano zinc. And what that means is that we formulate it. It costs a lot more money to formulate, but we produce a non-nano zinc, meaning most natural or safer sunscreens are with zinc, a nano zinc. And a non-nano zinc means that we formulate the particles to be bigger so that it sits on top of your skin longer before the zinc is absorbed into your skin. So that's a big difference. And also all of our sunscreens are reef friendly, meaning if you go and swim in the ocean, that it's not going to kill the marine life within the ocean, which a lot of sunblocks do. So that's something to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
Thank you for answering all my questions.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Do you guys have any questions at all? There's so many products. I mean, I could be on here for 4 more hours.
Could you talk about the deodorant a little more?
Yeah. I don't think I have it here with me tonight, but we did just launch 3 deodorants. They're called Clean Deos, and they come in the scent of clean rose, coconut, and lavender. And when you're looking at switching out to a clean, safer deodorant, you really want to think about going slowly, because your body is going to have a detoxification period from the aluminum going underneath your armpits. So the aluminum basically clogs your pores underneath your armpits and doesn't allow you to sweat. Your body is made to sweat. So with any natural or more safer deodorant, you will sweat. And that is what we want to happen, because that also detoxifies your body. So when you're switching to a more natural deodorant, you just want to be conscious of the fact that you are going to have a detoxification period. It can last a week to 2 weeks. I've had women that have had just a bunch of, breakouts underneath their armpits from using conventional deodorant. And as we slowly transition to a safer deodorant, it starts to equalize more, and the skin becomes smooth, it becomes supple, your skin starts to breathe. One thing to note about natural deodorants is it's really your bacteria interacting with the ingredients on the natural deodorant. So if there's one natural deodorant that you have tried in the past and it hasn't worked, it doesn't mean that another one will not work. It means that keep trying to find the ingredients that will coincide with the bacteria on your skin and also your sweat glands, to create one that will work better for you, because there are some out there. I know I tried, like, oh my gosh, so many different ones, and there's 2 that work. BeautyCounter is one, and I forget what the other name of the brand, but it was like I went through so many and finally found a couple that did work. And it's really just finding with your body chemistry what works. It doesn't mean that all natural deodorants will not work.
Mhm.
Any other questions?
I just wanted to add, when I switched over, if anybody's ever done a detox, like with their food, I noticed it wasn't like crazy severe, like if you're a heavy coffee drinker and you give up coffee cold turkey and then you feel horrible for a few days. But I definitely noticed I wasn't expecting this at all. And I was like, whoa, I feel when I'm detoxing, and like a food detox. And I think it was from all of a sudden, I can't imagine when you mentioned how many thousands of chemicals are just in just your daily routine, or just that one morning routine. So that must have been what was happening. Just be aware of that. Maybe take note if you do switch over and swap.
Right. Yeah.
But that's,
I mean, it's in everything. So
tangibly things happening. It kind of gives you reassurance that you're on the right path, that your body is a self-healing mechanism, that if you give it the right tools, it's going to lead you to better health. And just like the opposite, if you give it the tools that are intoxing, you're leading it to worse health. So it's our choice what we do.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think too, like giving yourself the permission to make an informed and empowered decision before you actually hit rock bottom or before something actually happens to your health. I work with so many men and women that wish that they knew what they know now before they hit the rock bottom, or before their thyroid tanked, or before they were diagnosed with Hashimoto's, or before they got the autoimmune disease, because it's very difficult to reverse that once it's there. So just allow yourself to make that empowered decision and take control over your health, to knowing that you have the power to create change, not only with your dollar that you spend to pave the clean beauty industry forward, but also in general with the knowledge that you received here tonight, to pay it forward to a friend and let them know, and just say, have you heard of the app EWG? You should scan your products, just check them out. If you have a friend with breast cancer, I have many women in my lives that have been survivors of it. I've lost women to ovarian cancer and also breast cancer. So it's, putting that, every little bit helps. It's not just one cause, but it's all the causes compiled together that we need to take empowered action to pave our future for not only ourselves, but also for our kids and our grandkids. So That's what I love about it.
Yeah, and I think
Once you learn it, you can unlearn the information. So at least I could.
Mhm. Agree.
Some things you cannot unknow.
Right. Once you learn it. Yeah. So I think the best thing to do from here is if any of you guys would like to put in the chat, if you would like to learn more, is whoever your consultant is to set up, maybe put in the chat, I'd love to set up a consultation to talk about, further skincare or maybe doing some swaps for my health or whatever that might look like, is connecting with your consultant and just, having a 10 or a 15-minute conversation of what they think will be a great fit for your skin and what that might look like.
Exactly. Yes, and if you guys, Nikki and Mom and Molly, if you want any samples, I have an abundance of them if you wanted to try anything out first or borrow any of my products to use them, just to get a taste before you invest. I'm open to that.
Yep. And then if anybody is ordering, Jen and I each have our own special link connected to this event tonight. So that's something that you go through, learn more information, read up all about the products, and then order if you would like.
Yeah.
So, and then, are there any questions before we leave each other? We want to respect your time. I know sometimes it's difficult doing these things in the evening, but any other questions? Okay, and then the last thing I'll just mention is just if anybody, like me, I mentioned in the beginning, it's a lot about the education, the advocacy of this. If anybody's interested in helping to advocate cleaner beauty and share this with their friends and whomever else they're connected to, definitely talk to Jen or I about that.
Yes, anytime.
All right, any questions?
I'm excited to get my stuff tomorrow.
Yeah.
Coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you guys.
I get so
Thank you
excited
so
when I
much.
get a BeautyCounter box at my door.
Oh, me too. It's
I'm
like,
getting my first one tomorrow, so I'm extra excited.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good day.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Don't forget, everyone needs to try that charcoal mask. That is one of my ultimate favorite. Even I have both of my teenage boys masking, and they won't let me share it with anyone, but I can share it here tonight. But it is just magical. I'm telling you, when you see your pores at the end of that mask, you are just like,
Yeah.
oh my God. It's really cool. So anyways, it was great to meet everyone tonight. I hope you're leaving feeling like you gained a lot of knowledge and that it's not overwhelming. Take one step at a time. Literally look at one product. It starts there, and just continue to advocate for your health. We're here to advocate for your health and the safety of others. And if you ever want to be, an added voice to our mission, let us know, because we're always looking for empowered women to link arms with, to continue to share this education with the world that most people don't know. So good stuff. Nice meeting everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for joining. Have an awesome night. Sleep tight.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Hi, see you in the morning, Jen.
Yay. Uh-oh. I have to.
Someone's getting their butt whipped in the morning, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Someone else too, I think. Both of you at the same time.
Coming too? I don't know. Can you do it really early?